Chapter 6 Season 3 aka Galactic Battle has a lot of mixed opinions, with some people loving it and some people hating it. Now with the season entirely over, I thought it would be a pretty good time to take a look back and review the season. So there's a lot of hate surrounding the Battle Pass, and I completely understand that. There are 5 skins in this pass and 2 of them are not any Star Wars related skins. These are skins that literally nobody has asked for, like Eevee or a Wookiee team leader. That is just a wasted potential. Also, we've gotten countless of free skins with Eevee and Cuddle team leader. I feel like we all need something new in the battle passes and not just stupid, useless reskins that nobody would ever wear. Don't get me wrong, the skins are good, but Fortnite, they could have just done so much better than that. I'm gonna have to give this battle pass a 4 out of 10. So, I see a lot of people hating on this map, like a ton. And I see what people mean. We don't want POIs at the edge of the map. And these POIs, they're also like really small changes and not even that big. I do feel like they could have done much bigger changes with at least the Vader POI. But honestly, we get new biomes every single season and we never really get POIs spread all around the map. We usually just get 3 or 4 new POIs at just one small section. That's a thing I'm not really that big of a fan of. I love the idea with spreading POIs all around the map, even if it's in 4 corners. Personally, I really do enjoy the map and these new POIs. Fortnite could have done better though, because most of these POIs were just like a remastered version of another POI. You could tell there weren't much work into it. But I did like we did have something different. For the season's map, I'm gonna give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. The updates this season are basically the main part of the entire season. We had updates basically every single week until the end of the season, and some were mid and some are pretty good. So the first update, Imperial Takeover, basically starts off the season with all of these new blasters, TIE fighters, and the lightsabers. The next update is called Pull of the Force, and while there's a lot of hate on this and I see why. The only things we get in this update are just returning Star Wars skins and like 2 returning Star Wars lightsabers. And I think we also got some new Star Wars weapons, but that's it. So most of the things in this update were just recycled old stuff. The next update is about Chewbacca, and this update actually had some pretty good weapons. So they introduced the Scatter Blaster, which is honestly one of my all-time favorite shotguns ever. It probably kills people with like 2 shots. They also unvaulted the Wookiee Bowcaster, which is all the way from last year. That's basically everything that came with that update, just 2 new weapons and that's it. Then they had an update surrounding Mandalorian, and they basically brought back the Mandalorian sniper and the jetpack, and honestly it wasn't that bad because I'm a pretty big fan of that Mandalorian sniper. And then comes in the final update, which is the Star Destroyer bombardment. Basically, you can go in a Star Destroyer and basically kill people with like 2 shots. Anyway, that's basically all the updates. Most of the updates are just recycled stuff from past seasons, but some of them are pretty cool, like this Star Destroyer update. Also, can we just talk about the lack of new Star Wars skins in the item shop with these new updates? There has literally just been old Star Wars skins and no new ones. I swear we've gotten more Star Wars skins in a 2-week-long event than this 1-month-long season. We didn't even get a lightsaber pickaxe. I'm determined that Epic are trolling us with this lightsaber pickaxe because we're basically never getting one. Anyway, some updates were good and some updates were pretty just mid because there were just too many recycled stuff. I'm gonna give the updates this season a 7.5 out of 10. So the loot pool this season is pretty interesting. First, there are only blasters this season, so basically the entire loot pool has been replaced with Star Wars blasters. So there's a bunch of mixed opinions on this. Some people love it and some people hate it. Now, I just want to give my opinions on blasters only this season. I love the idea of no blasters, probably just because they don't need any ammo. I always stress on ammo, so not even worrying about ammo this season was just so fun and so refreshing. But I do understand why some people may not like it. Blasters, they basically do spam a ton and they basically don't even need to reload. And you have like unlimited ammo, so it is very OP to have only blasters this season. But personally, I'm a huge fan of only blasters this season, so I'm just gonna give the loot pool a 9 out of 10. So we haven't had a storyline live event in more than 3 years. Just a couple hours ago, we had the Galactic Battle finale live event, Death Star Sabotage. This might actually just be the best part of the season for me. First, we had like a pre-event where you could have a high score. You had to destroy some rocks, some TIE fighters and stuff. It was so cool. For once, we don't have to get bored when we log into the event playlist. The actual event starts off with us flying some X-Wings into the Death Star, and then you can choose if you want to go undercover as a stormtrooper or be handcuffed. You basically destroy a couple of things and basically just explore the entire Death Star until your cover is blown and you basically have to shoot like all of the stormtroopers. Hope she eventually like gets hit by like a TIE fighter and then you don't see her for a while. Then you meet Palpatine in like an epic battle where you try to shoot him. He has like a lightsaber, tries to protect himself, and then he like lasers all of us. Hope comes in, saves the day. She rift-to-goes all of us, and we get rift-to-code to the Chapter 6 island. We look up at the Death Star charging its laser, and right when it's about to hit the island, it explodes. Then we look down at the island, just looking at all of these destroyed parts of the Death Star hitting the map, and this is the map of Season 3. We look at Superman, and that's basically where the event ends. I'm not lying when I say that this is probably like one of the best events ever made. I'm just so happy that they finally aren't doing some dumb concert or something else like that. I have to give this live event a 10 out of 10. It's perfect. Now with the entire season over, it's time to give out my final thoughts. Personally, I have enjoyed every single second of the season from start to end, with the blasters, medallions, bosses, battle pass, and the map changes. I'm just gonna give the season a solid 9 out of 10. Comment down below how you enjoyed the season, if you did or did not, and feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.